No compatibility? Fine, then give us a washed and filtered unit. This is a question from a colleague. Peace be upon you. In the blood bank where I work, we have a case that required several units, but there is absolutely no compatibility. We informed the treating physician of the situation, but he isn't convinced. He asked, "Why don't you just process it as washed and filtered units?" This is what the treating physician said, and we hear the same thing from others in various cases. How should we respond to this point? First, we must clarify exactly what the compatibility, crossmatch, test is for. The goal of compatibility, as we've agreed, during crossmatching, we are trying to determine if the patient's body contains any alloantibodies directed against any antigens on the donor's red blood cells, the unit being transfused. Washing. We generally wash blood to remove as much as possible of the substances surrounding the cells, plasma proteins, etc. Filtering, or leukoreduction. We filter to remove the maximum amount of leukocytes, white blood cells, from the unit. Irradiation. We use radiation to deactivate the donor's T cells so they don't attack the recipient's body, preventing graft versus host disease. The core conflict. If a patient has alloantibodies or even autoantibodies against specific antigens on the donor's cells, does performing any of those three procedures, or even all of them, change anything? The answer is no. These procedures have no effect on the antigens present on the red blood cells. The antigens remain there regardless. If the patient is compatible with the donor's cells, they will be compatible, whether the unit is standard, washed, filtered, or irradiated. If the patient is incompatible with the donor's cells, they will remain incompatible regardless of any processing the unit undergoes. Understanding the physician's perspective. What is the treating physician thinking in these situations? There are a few common mindsets. The misconception. Some believe that processing the unit will somehow fix the compatibility test and make it pass. Our response? We have already addressed why this is scientifically impossible. The safety net theory. Some physicians know the test won't change, but believe these procedures will prevent a reaction in the patient's body once the incompatible blood is transfused. Our response? This is incorrect. If this were true, no one would bother with cross-matching. Each procedure, washing, filtering, etc., targets specific complications, but a hemolytic transfusion reaction, the body attacking the foreign cells, is entirely unrelated to what was removed during those processes. The severity reduction theory. Some physicians believe while a reaction will occur, these procedures will at least reduce its severity. Our response? Also incorrect. The severity of a hemolytic reaction is not mitigated by washing or filtering the blood. The isolation of complications strategy. Some physicians know a hemolytic reaction is inevitable, but want the unit processed to eliminate other potential reactions, like febrile or allergic reactions. This way, they only have to manage the hemolytic reaction without other distracting symptoms. Our response? This is a different conversation altogether. It depends on the specific clinical case, available resources, and facility policy, as it essentially involves issuing uncross-matched blood. If any of us still held these misconceptions, hopefully this clears things up. We should strive to correct these common errors whenever we encounter them. Best regards, Sherif Abd, founder, Immunohematology Made Easy, Alexandria, Egypt.